You ever feel like you're just totally up against it? Like things are so tough that you can't even imagine them getting better.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's that feeling of just being completely overwhelmed.
Right.
Yeah. And it's something that we all go through in different ways, I think. But it's something that I think really connects us as humans is that sense of just like, wow, how am I going to get through this?
Yeah, it's like hitting a wall almost.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know what to do next.
And it's interesting because that feeling of being overwhelmed, it's not limited to just us as individuals. It can actually play out on a much larger scale.
Oh, for sure.
And, one of the most powerful examples of this is the story of the humpback whale.
Oh, wow.
These incredible creatures they face near extinction. And it's a story that's both terrifying and incredibly inspiring.
Oh, I bet. So how bad did it actually get for them?
Well, by the mid-20th century, their numbers had plummeted by an estimated 95%.
95%.
95%.
Wow, that's almost unthinkable.
It's hard to even fathom that level of devastation.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where the oceans were silent, where the songs of these magnificent creatures were just gone.
Yeah, it's like a whole piece of the ecosystem just wiped away.
Exactly. And that's really what we're going to dive into today, this incredible story of near extinction and then this amazing comeback.
Okay, so it's not all doom and gloom then.
Definitely not. This is a story about resilience, about hope, and about the power of collective action.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So let's rewind the clock a bit, go back to the mid-20th century when things were looking pretty dire for the humpbacks. What were some of the key factors that led to this near extinction event?
Well, the biggest culprit was commercial whaling. These magnificent creatures were hunted relentlessly for their oil, their meat, and their baleen, which was used in a variety of products back then.
So it was basically just unchecked exploitation.
Pretty much, yeah. There were very few regulations in place, and even when there were, they weren't always enforced. So you had these whaling fleets operating with pretty much free rein, and the impact on humpback populations was devastating.
So how did things start to turn around?
Well, it was a long and gradual process, but a key turning point was the establishment of the International Whaling Commission in 1946. This was a first step towards international cooperation in managing whaling activities.
Okay, so that's the IWC. I've heard of that. But it didn't solve everything overnight, right?
Right. It took time for the IWC to really gain traction and to develop effective conservation measures. In the early years, it was more about setting quotas and trying to regulate the whaling industry.
So it was a step in the right direction, but not a complete solution.
Exactly. It wasn't until 1963 that a truly significant step was taken. That's when the IWC finally implemented an official ban on hunting humpback whales.
Ah, so that was a big moment then.
Huge. It provided a much-needed reprieve for the remaining humpback populations, a chance for them to start recovering without the constant threat of being hunted.
But even with that ban in place, there were still other threats to whale populations, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, there were things like habitat degradation, entanglement in fishing gear, and the ongoing impacts of climate change all continue to pose challenges.
So it wasn't a smooth sailing recovery.
Not at all. It was a slow and steady climb back from the brink.
So what was the next big milestone in their recovery?
The next major breakthrough came in 1986 with the implementation of a worldwide commercial whaling moratorium.
Okay, so that was a global ban on commercial whaling.
Yes, essentially. This was a game changer. It removed the primary threat to humpback whales and other whale species, allowing them to begin to truly recover.
Wow, so from being hunted to being protected, that's quite a shift.
It is. It's a testament to the power of international cooperation and the growing awareness of the need to protect these incredible creatures.
So fast forward to today, what does the recovery of the humpback whale look like?
Well, the results are truly inspiring. We're seeing increasing numbers of humpback whales in various parts of the world.
Really? Like where?
Oh, for example, there's been some amazing recent news and photography coming out of South Africa showing these playful humpbacks just thriving.
Oh, I love seeing those images. They're always so incredible.
They are. They really capture the beauty and the resilience of these animals.
So in terms of numbers, where do humpback whale populations stand today?
Well, current estimates put the global population at around 84,000.
84,000. That's still a far cry from their pre-whaling numbers, but it's a huge improvement from those near extinction levels.
Absolutely. It's a testament to the effectiveness of the conservation efforts that have been put in place.
And it's not just the numbers, it's their behavior as well, right?
Oh, for sure. Their annual migrations are truly epic journeys.
Yeah, tell me about those.
Well, in the northern hemisphere, they travel from their feeding grounds in places like Alaska all the way down to the warmer waters near the equator to breed.
Wow, that's thousands of miles.
It is, and they do this every year.
So they're not just surviving, they're thriving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're feeding, they're reproducing, they're doing all the things that healthy populations do.
It's incredible to think about their resilience.
It is. They face near annihilation, and yet they've bounced back.
And that's where I think there's a powerful lesson for us as humans.
Definitely.
You know, when we're facing our own challenges, when we feel overwhelmed, it's easy to lose hope.
Yeah, for sure.
But the humpback whale story reminds us that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles, recovery is possible.
It's about holding on to hope and never giving up.
Exactly. And it's also about the power of collective action.
Right. The humpbacks wouldn't have recovered without the efforts of countless individuals, organizations, and governments working together.
So it's a reminder that we can make a difference when we work together towards a common goal.
Absolutely.
And finally, there's this incredible resilience that the humpbacks have shown.
Oh yeah, their ability to bounce back from the brink of extinction is truly remarkable.
Yeah, it's something that we can all learn from.
Right. Resilience isn't about being immune to hardship. It's about the ability to adapt, to overcome, and to keep moving forward even when things are tough.
And so the story of the humpback whale is so much more than just a fascinating tale of survival.
It is. It's a story of hope, resilience, and the power of collective action.
And it's a story that has profound implications for us all.
It reminds us that even when things seem impossible, even when we feel overwhelmed, there's always the potential for recovery.
It's a powerful message, and one that I think we can all carry with us as we navigate our own lives.
Definitely. I think it's a story that can inspire us all to never give up hope, to work together, and to build our own resilience in the face of whatever challenges we may face.
So as you go about your day-to-day life, remember the incredible comeback of the humpback whale. Let their story be a source of inspiration and a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope for a brighter future.
Yeah, and never underestimate the power of resilience. It's within all of us.
Exactly. Well said.
Thanks for joining today's chat on Your Daily English Spark. If you enjoyed this session and want to keep improving your English, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. What topic would you like us to cover next? Let me know in the comments. And don't miss our next episode, where we'll dive into mastering small talk. See you next time.